welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that might surprise many of you: economic cars that are surprisingly expensive to maintain. We all love economic cars for their affordability. They get us from point A to point B without breaking the bank, right? Well, not so fast. While these cars might seem like a steal up front, some of them can be quite costly to maintain in the long run. We're talking about those hidden expenses that can really sneak up on you. Unexpected repairs, pricey parts, and labor costs that'll make you wish you'd gone for a different set of wheels. So, buckle up as we take a closer look at 6 economic cars that might end up costing you more than you bargained for in the maintenance department. First up, we have the Toyota Prius, the car that practically wrote the book on hybrid vehicles. Now you might be thinking, a Prius? But Doug, those things are known for their reliability, and you wouldn't be wrong. The Prius has a reputation for being a solid, dependable car. But there's one little detail that often gets overlooked: that big, fancy hybrid battery. See, while the Prius's gas engine might sip fuel like a hummingbird, that hybrid battery isn't going to last forever. And when it comes time to replace it, well, let's just say it's not going to be cheap. We're talking potentially thousands of dollars depending on the model year and where you get it serviced. Now, some might argue that the fuel savings over the years will eventually offset the cost of a battery replacement, but it's still a significant expense that you need to factor into the overall cost of ownership. So, while the Prius might be a fuel-sipping champion, it's essential to remember that even the most reliable of hybrids can come with some unexpected maintenance costs. Next up, we have a car that's big on style but can also be big on repair bills: the Mini Cooper. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doug, you're talking about a Mini Cooper? Those things are adorable. And you're right, they are undeniably cool and fun to drive. But underneath that charming exterior lies a complex little machine that can be surprisingly expensive to maintain. One of the main culprits? Those quirky, often temperamental, and not so cheap to fix electrical systems. From finicky window regulators to sensors that seem to have a mind of their own, the Mini Cooper's electrical gremlins can be a real headache and wallet buster to deal with. And don't even get me started on those timing chains. Unlike a traditional timing belt that's relatively inexpensive to replace, the Mini Cooper uses a timing chain that's buried deep within the engine. So, while the Mini Cooper might be a blast to zip around town in, be prepared to budget accordingly for its potentially pricey maintenance demands. Now let's talk about a car that's often touted as a more affordable alternative to its Japanese counterparts: the Volkswagen Jetta. The Jetta has a lot going for it: sleek styling, a comfortable interior, and a reputation for being a solid, all-around car. But there's one thing that's plagued certain model years of the Jetta and has caused more than a few headaches for owners: the infamous DSG transmission. Now, for those unfamiliar with the DSG, it's a type of automated manual transmission that's designed to provide the fuel efficiency of a manual with the convenience of an automatic. Sounds great in theory, right? But in practice, the DSG has been known to have some serious reliability issues, particularly in earlier model years. We're talking about problems like rough shifting, jerky acceleration, and even complete transmission failure. And when it comes to fixing a faulty DSG, well, let's just say it's not going to be a cheap date. So if you're considering a used Jetta, it's crucial to do your research and make sure you're aware of the potential DSG-related costs before you buy. Chapter 4: BMW 3 Series Entry-Level Luxury High-End Maintenance. Next on our list, we're stepping into the world of luxury cars. Well, sort of. The BMW 3 Series is often seen as the entry point into the BMW brand, a gateway drug to the world of German engineering and performance. But what many people don't realize is that even though it's the entry-level BMW, the 3 Series still comes with some pretty high-end maintenance costs. One of the biggest contributors to the 3 Series' expensive upkeep is its complex electronic system. From the iDrive infotainment system to the various sensors and modules that control everything from the engine to the climate control, there's a lot that can go wrong electronically in a 3 Series. And when it does, be prepared to shell out some serious cash for repairs. BMW parts are notoriously expensive, and the 3 Series is no exception. So, while owning a BMW 3 Series might make you the envy of your neighbors, be prepared to pay the price when it comes to keeping it running smoothly. Chapter 5: Ford Focus, Transmission Troubles in an Affordable Package. Now let's turn our attention to a car that's been a staple of American roads for years, the Ford Focus. The Focus has long been praised for its affordability, fuel efficiency, and practicality, making it a popular choice for budget-conscious drivers. But there's one major issue that's plagued certain model years of the Focus, and has left many owners feeling frustrated and out-of-pocket transmission problems. Specifically, we're talking about the PowerShift transmission, a dual-clutch automatic transmission that was designed to provide smooth, seamless shifts and improved fuel economy. Sounds good, right? Well, in reality, the PowerShift transmission has been anything but smooth sailing for many Focus owners. Complaints have ranged from shuddering and jerking during acceleration to complete transmission failure. And the worst part? Repairs for the PowerShift transmission can be incredibly expensive, often running into the thousands of dollars. So if you're considering a used Ford Focus, especially one equipped with the PowerShift transmission, it's crucial to proceed with caution. Chapter 6. Fiat 500. Small car, big repair bills. Last but not least, we have a car that's small in stature but can be mighty expensive to maintain, the Fiat 500. The Fiat 500 is undeniably adorable with its retro styling and compact size. It's the kind of car that just begs to be zipped around town in. But beneath its charming exterior lies a car that's been known to have more than its fair share of mechanical issues. One of the biggest culprits? Electrical problems. From faulty sensors to gremlins in the wiring harness, the Fiat 500's electrical system has a reputation for being, well, a bit temperamental. And when those electrical problems crop up, be prepared to pay a pretty penny for repairs. Fiat parts aren't exactly known for their affordability, and finding a mechanic outside of a dealership who's familiar with the intricacies of the 500's electrical system can be a challenge. So, while the Fiat 500 might be tempting with its cute looks and city-friendly size, be prepared to factor in the potential for high repair costs if you're considering making it your daily driver. So there you have it, folks. 6 economic cars that might save you money up front but could cost you a lot more in the long run. Make sure to do your research before buying and always consider the long-term maintenance costs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insightful videos. Drive safe and smart, everyone.